Hello, everybody. Welcome to Alternative Influences vlog. This is Terry. How are you doing? I hope you're doing well. I hope you have spent some time on this YouTube page, or maybe you're catching this on our Facebook page and you're liking what you're seeing, you're liking what you're feeling, and you know what we're about. In short, we're here to help you. So we do. I'm one of three guys behind this, curtain of alternative influence, AICC, and we help health, wellness, and fitness businesses grow their revenue, grow their traffic, and do some lead generation, as well as work with folks with creating content such as video production, a little bit of art direction, and maybe you want to write a book. Definitely do that too. So that's us. You're you. And today's topic is sales and ethics. Oh man, sounds like a terrible high school class, right? But it's worth discussing. It's a weird place to be, COVID-19, or maybe you're catching this post-COVID-19. You can feel marketing change, and you're really not sure how to talk to people, especially when it comes to your service and your products, right? If you watch any TV and you pay attention to the way commercials are now, they're softer, they're gentler, they're not about crazy fun times that we were just having in the economy not too long ago. Things are spoken with a little bit more feeling, and I think that's refreshing for a lot of reasons. Now I don't claim to be a marketing genius, but when it comes to sales and marketing, two things hold true. One is you need to do it. The other is that it's just simple relationship building. So what do you need in order to build a relationship? And that's trust. And the best way to get trust is to identify, right? So if you see a Coca-Cola ad and they're identifying with your struggle, then you kind of feel like you trust them. And you don't trust them on the first commercial, but you might on the 17th. And big companies like that know that, and they keep pumping out that content for that reason. Stay in front of your face so that they earn your trust with presence. Does that make sense? So, how does this work for you? How does this work for you in your health and wellness business? What does it mean? How do you do it? Well, if you're stuck at home and you're not having human interaction, that means you're not going to conventions, and you're not seeing foot traffic because you can't. You're not going to parties to tell people who you are and what you do. You really only have one option, and that's pretty crazy. And that option is your social media, blogging or vlogging, which is a word, believe it or not. In so doing, you get to have this conversation. And if you're doing it live, maybe you get to even have a little bit of interaction. It's tricky sometimes, knowing how to navigate and knowing how to communicate with others while communicating with others. Like, it's tricky to type and stay on topic, rather. So yeah, you have a platform. Those are your platforms. So what do you do now? Well, this is where you get to be you. This is where you get to be your best. This is where you come alive, right? It's a chance to talk about how your product or service adds value to someone's life. So it doesn't mean you stand on, a log like I am, or a podium, and continue to tout how your stuff's better than the next guy's. It really comes down to, does my product or service add anything to your life? Does it improve it in any way? Well, in order to know that, you also have to know your audience. So maybe you start there. Maybe you get to know your audience. Maybe you ask a couple questions, and that's how you start your social media campaign, as it were, with marketing, as we're gearing up to get back to work, right? Probably 2 or 3 weeks out. No one really knows. But we got to make a plan. So, and hopefully you as a business, you do already have some social media presence. This isn't your first go of it. So it starts with asking the questions. If you don't know your demographic, if you don't know your, demographic's the wrong word. If you don't know your audience, things like their demographics, right? Like their income, their likes and interests, their common purchases, practices, those types of things you can ask, right? It's a great conversation starter. You can also do this through a newsletter on email if you have that set up. If you don't have that set up, that's something you need to do. You want help with that, holler at us. That's what we do. So it starts with learning that customer. Some of you can do this learning your customer exercise without ever even asking anybody any questions. You can picture your ideal customer. So I'd actually do this now, do this exercise. Close your eyes for a moment. That means you can't see me. That means you're just trusting that I'm still sitting on a log on a sunny day in whatever month this is, April, lost track. And your client is sitting in an armchair. So picture this armchair, I don't know, maybe it's in a hotel lobby, a coffee house, it could be even in a bar. Your client is sitting there. Two questions are first. One, does your client notice you? And do you notice your client? That's not, you can't answer. Write it down. Put it on a piece of paper right in front of you. What do they notice about you? Write that down. What do you notice about them? Write that down. In this imaginary game, I've done this many times. I'll give you one example. As a personal trainer, I remember writing down my client's male. He's in his mid-40s. He's Caucasian. He has back problems, and he's overweight. He's probably 50 or 60 pounds overweight. He's a father, between one kid and 3.5 kids, maybe one on the way. He's been married or is married and works a lot. He sits a lot or stands, but he doesn't have time to be active because of both family and work life. So for me, I see that guy, and I already know what that guy's feeling. He's feeling a little less about himself than he used to because he used to be pretty strong. He's feeling slow, lethargic, hormone levels have dipped and dropped. He doesn't feel as productive at work as he used to be, and he definitely doesn't feel as attractive as he used to feel. Among all those things, emotionally mainly, on the physical side, he's feeling pain. He's feeling pain and kind of surprised that he's feeling pain. He kind of always thought that everybody else is going to do this. Pain only happens to my friends. Back pain only happens to my friends. Bad knees are for old people. I'm only 42, right? That's my guy. That's who I see when I shut my eyes and do my, or it's one of the ones that I see when I've done my armchair exercise in the past. So that's just an example as a personal trainer, what mine was. So maybe you've closed your eyes and you see something different. When you get there, you ask yourself the physical questions and the emotional questions about your client. Whoever's sitting in that armchair, this imaginary person that you see, can you provide for their physical needs or improve their physical life by speaking to their emotional state? I mean, you could be speaking to a happy emotional state. You could be speaking to a depressed emotional state, a tired emotional state, or an energetic emotional state. You know, it's your client. Can you speak to them in that emotional state to improve where they're at in their physical life? I know you can. You just have to think about it for a minute. It's quite the exercise, and it takes a little bit of planning. But once you start doing that, then you can kind of target that market more successfully. So if you have a Facebook page and you want to put an ad out for your product or service, or it's just to build, your following, get people to like your business page or to subscribe for your newsletter, you can speak to that client emotionally in the state that they're in to improve their physicality in the state that it's in. And you can do it ethically by giving them something for what you're requesting of them. So if you want to give them, if you want their email address or you want them to like your page, Give them something for free. Give them a free workout. Give them 50% off of a massage or a free massage, right? You got to get people back in the door. Give them a half off your chiropractic package for the month. Give them a free sucker, free t-shirt, bumper sticker, coaster. I mean, I could do this all day, right? It's ethical when you're asking for something, but you're willing to give something in return. It's got to cost you something. So get out of here with thinking that it won't cost you, and get out of here thinking that just because you paid for the ad means that they ought to give up all their information. That's not how that works either. There's got to be an exchange, a willful exchange. If you can't build the trust to get the willful exchange in the very beginning, then that might be why we have a problem with getting people in the door at all. Does that make sense? Does that help you? Okay. So your homework for today is the armchair exercise. So imagine that person wherever you're at, restaurant, coffee house, bar, I don't care, parking lot, picnic table, park bench. I mean, I could go on. So wherever you're at with this, find your person in your armchair, think about their emotional needs and where their shortcomings are, or where they're just at emotionally. Shortcomings is the wrong word. Throw that out. And think about their physical state, their physical life, and how you can add value to it. And then we've got something to work with. Okay? So let's talk about what to do with that information on the next video. Okay, the next video we're going to talk about lead generation and how you can make it work for you. Very simple. Okay? All right. This is Terry. I got to go. I'm getting out of here. Bio, down here in the show notes, you'll find a link to the book, in case we want you to purchase the book. That's all there is to it, right? There's a digital version. If you go to the Facebook page and if you get in on our secret private book page off of our Facebook page, you'll find if you go to our Facebook page, you'll see the Alternative Influences, A Failure's Guide to Business Success book page. It's a private group. If you invite yourself to that, I will give you the digital book for free. Yep. Just gotta do it, right? You get in there and you're like, I didn't get my book. Well, you gotta tell me that you're in there so that I can give you your book. You gotta shoot me a direct message once you're in there and I will send you that book right over. Okay? Deal? Ethical exchange. You see what I'm doing? I practice what I preach. All right, guys. That's all for today. We'll see you soon.